When you think of NBA players, you probably imagine flashy cars, huge houses, and shiny chains. But have you ever noticed how much they love their shoes? Some NBA stars wear sneakers worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and each pair has its own story. Which player wore the most expensive shoes ever? Which sneakers became priceless because of an unforgettable moment on the court? From LeBron's custom cartoon designs to Michael Jordan's championship shoes, NBA sneakers aren't just shoes. They're history in motion. If you love NBA stories and want to see the craziest shoes ever worn, hit that like button and subscribe to G.O.A.T Report. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The shoe that started a sneaker feud. Not all NBA shoes make headlines because of how much they cost or how rare they are. Sometimes, sneakers make news because they spark drama. A perfect example is Stefon Marbury. He released a pair of affordable shoes that some fans thought looked like a cheaper version of popular Air Jordans. Even though the shoes were just $10 or $8 million if you look at it another way, they caused a stir. LeBron James, who is very protective of his status as a sneaker icon, publicly criticized them. He basically said, "These aren't up to standard," and that didn't sit well with Stefon. That small comment started a long-running feud between the two stars. Stefon felt disrespected and said he'd rather own than be owned, meaning LeBron didn't understand his vision. Since then, Stefon has openly criticized LeBron for almost everything, claiming he only behaves a certain way when cameras are on. All of this drama began over shoes that most people would see as ordinary. But in the NBA, sneakers are more than just shoes. They're statements. They represent personality, style, and even pride, showing how powerful a simple pair of shoes can be in the basketball world. Damian Lillard's record-breaking shoe moments. Not all legendary NBA shoes are famous because of their price or rarity. Some become iconic because of what happened on the court. Damian Lillard's 71-point game is a perfect example. That night, Dame was unstoppable, hitting deep three-pointers, throwing down amazing dunks, and finishing tough floaters with ease. Every moment felt historic, and fans knew they were witnessing something special. To celebrate his record-breaking performance, Adidas released a special pair of shoes worth $71. These weren't just normal sneakers. They were colorful, playful, and full of personality. The design included rainbow patterns, lightning bolts, and even bubblegum pink accents. Every detail captured Damian's energy, creativity, and love for the game. Fans could feel the excitement of that night through the shoes themselves. This shows that NBA shoes can be more than just fashion. They can celebrate achievement, inspire fans, and connect unforgettable moments to real-life milestones. For Damian Lillard, this pair of shoes isn't just footwear. It's a symbol of dominance, hard work, and pure creativity. They turn a single incredible night of basketball into a piece of history that fans will remember forever. Victor Wembanyama and the alien-inspired sneakers. Some sneakers are made for the streets, but Victor Wembanyama decided to take his designs beyond this world. He created sneakers inspired by outer space, shoes that looked like they came straight out of a sci-fi movie. One of his most playful designs was a Star Wars-themed pair that even resembled Chewbacca, complete with fur details that made them stand out. But he didn't stop there. Wembanyama also made glow-in-the-dark sneakers with alien-like patterns and cosmic artwork. These shoes weren't just fashion items, they told a story. Each design reflected his creativity, his love for culture, and his ability to turn imagination into something people could actually wear. Of course, these sneakers came with a price. Some sold for $130, while limited editions went up to $190. But fans didn't mind. For them, it wasn't just footwear. It was art, identity, and a piece of something truly unique. PlayStation, John Morant, and Steph Curry. NBA shoes aren't just about playing basketball. They're a way for players to show style, personality, and even connect with pop culture. Take Paul George, for example. He teamed up with PlayStation to create a special pair of sneakers inspired by the PS1 console. The shoes were gray with colorful PlayStation buttons and logos, perfectly blending the worlds of gaming and basketball. Fans loved how the sneakers celebrated two passions at once. John Morant took a completely different approach. He created crystal-covered black label shoes valued at $600 per pair. These kicks weren't just flashy. They celebrated his birth year and became a symbol of his bold, unique style on and off the court. Steph Curry also turned heads with his Met Gala-inspired shoes. After wearing a custom black Versace suit to the fashion event, Under Armour made sneakers that perfectly matched his outfit. Curry then wore them in a playoff game, scoring a career-high 50 points. Only a few pairs were ever made, making them extremely rare and valuable. These examples show that NBA shoes are more than performance gear. They're art, fashion, and cultural statements, turning sneakers into stories fans can wear and remember for years. Anthony Davis, LeBron, and the cartoon sneakers. NBA players don't just wear shoes, they turn them into works of art. Anthony Davis, for example, teamed up with Ruffles to design a pair of Jordan 1s in the brand's red, white, and blue colors. The shoes even included textures and logos inspired by the chips. They were exclusive, costing over $5,000, but fans loved the playful and creative idea behind them. LeBron James also went a different route with creativity. Nike made a pair of LeBron 6s, inspired by Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. These shoes weren't just colored like Stewie. They featured his full outfit, cartoonish black outlines, and the signature colors of the character. They were never sold in stores, making them extremely rare and collectible. What's so amazing is how NBA players mix creativity, nostalgia, and humor into their sneakers. These aren't just shoes. They're unique pieces of culture, fun, and personal expression that fans can't stop talking about or collecting. The most iconic game-worn shoes in NBA history. Some NBA shoes become famous not because of how they look or cost, but because of the moments they were worn in. Take Paul Pierce's infamous poop shoes from a game against the Lakers. The incident was embarrassing, but it made the shoes unforgettable. When they went to auction, fans paid $40,000 just for the story and rarity behind them. LeBron James's game-worn sneakers are also highly prized. His playoff debut shoes, signed and auctioned, sold for nearly $100,000. These weren't just shoes. They marked the start of his legendary career and became a piece of NBA history. Kobe Bryant's shoes from his Achilles injury game are another iconic example. Despite tearing his Achilles, Kobe kept scoring in those same sneakers, showing his famous Mamba mentality. When auctioned, they sold for $660,000, proving that historic moments can turn even ordinary shoes into priceless treasures. James Harden and matching cars to shoes. James Harden took sneaker creativity to a whole new level. He worked with Adidas to design the Harden Volume 9 in a striking chrome color, complete with carbon fiber details, shiny metallic finishes, and bold red soles. These weren't just basketball shoes, they were a statement, showing Harden's personality and flair both on and off the court. Harden didn't stop at sneakers. He matched the shoes perfectly with his Ferrari, creating a full look that blended fashion, performance, and lifestyle. Every detail, from the shoe color to the car interior, was carefully planned, making him stand out wherever he went. The shoes and car together cost around $300,000, proving that for NBA stars, sneakers aren't just gear. They're part of a personal brand. Every choice, every design reflects who they are and how they want the world to see them. Harden's chrome Volume 9s turned basketball footwear into art and status. Magic Johnson and charity sneakers. Not all expensive or custom NBA shoes are about showing off. Magic Johnson showed that sneakers can make a real difference in people's lives. He designed high-top Air Force Ones with a special message and meaning. The shoes featured hands holding together, inspiring words like "dream big" and colors representing scholarships for children with parents in prison. These shoes weren't just for style, they were auctioned to raise money for education. That year, the campaign helped 24 students get scholarships they otherwise might not have received. The sneakers were expected to sell for $1 million, and every dollar went straight to the cause. Magic's shoes show that sneakers can combine creativity, culture, and compassion. In the NBA, shoes aren't only about performance or fame. They can also inspire, support communities, and create opportunities. With the right design and purpose, a pair of sneakers can change lives beyond the court. Michael Jordan, the ultimate sneaker, legacy. No story about NBA sneakers is complete without Michael Jordan. During his championship years, Jordan wore 6 different pairs of shoes, and each pair tells a story. From the 1991 Jordan 6s to the iconic Last Shot Jordan 14s in 1998, every pair represents a major milestone in his legendary career. These shoes were more than just performance gear. They were part of basketball history. Fans remember the clutch shots, the unforgettable plays, and the moments that made Jordan a legend. Each pair captured a piece of that magic, turning ordinary sneakers into priceless collectibles. Eventually, all 6 pairs were sold together at auction for over $8 million, making them the most expensive game-worn shoes in NBA history. Jordan didn't just set records on the court. He set the standard for sneaker value, design, and legacy, inspiring generations of players and collectors to follow in his footsteps. NBA sneakers aren't just shoes, they tell stories. From LeBron's cartoon-inspired kicks to Damian Lillard's record-breaking shoes, from James Harden's car-matched creations to Michael Jordan's championship legends, every pair has its own meaning. Some are funny, some are wild, and some are priceless because of the moments they represent. Shoes in the NBA show personality, success, and creativity. They connect fans to players and turn simple sneakers into history. So, which pair would you want to own? Steph Curry's Met Gala shoes, LeBron's Stewie kicks, or a piece of Jordan history? Comment your pick below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to G.O.A.T Report for more crazy NBA stories and sneaker history.